And just like they have said, once your relationship is public, it's our business.
Yeah.
And
it's our business. The impact of social media on romantic relationships causes more harm than good. How do you guys feel about Gen Zs in general? And the rep that Gen Zs get on the internet, especially. Hi friends, I trust you are well. Welcome to another episode of Debate Club, brought to you exclusively here on the SNS. Prior to beginning, we'd like to express our gratitude to Longonot Place for providing us with their serviced apartments as a shoot location. Now, they are situated off Harithuku Road and are ideal for individuals who are seeking long-term and or short-term accommodation. For more information, feel free to check the description box down below. Now, Debate Club is a very fun and engaging segment where I will be presenting to my guests 4 motions with supporting context to which they are going to choose if they propose or oppose of said motions. Speaking of guests today, joining us on my left we have...
Hi, I am Jacqueline and I'm an entrepreneur.
Hi, I'm Vicky and I'm a legal officer.
And on my right we have...
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a content creator.
Hi guys, my name is Jerry and I'm a director.
How are you feeling, guys? Are you feeling ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so motion number 1. Let's talk about romantic relationships and social media. If you're comfortable, of course. Mkona mpoa. Do you have an mpoa? Do you have an mpoa? Kona mtu wako?
I do.
You're dating?
I am.
Right. Shout out to him. And you?
Yeah.
You are? Hey, huku tuko na wapoa. This side?
Labda Yesu.
She said labda Yesu. Jerry?
I wonder.
Okay, I wonder. So do you guys feel like social media has an impact on how we view romantic relationships? Just as a starter.
Of course it does. In my opinion, I think the moment you give people a chance to view what is happening in your life, of course what a comment, of course what a judge. So definitely it does.
Yeah, it actually does. And just as she said, when you put it out there and now everyone has a view of how your relationship is, and even when you break up, we want to know what's the reason.
We want to know the tea.
Yeah.
Ukiachana tuambie.
Exactly.
This side?
Yeah, it does have a huge impact on the relationships. And just like they have said, once your relationship is public, it's our business.
Yeah.
And
it's our business.
it's our business. Yeah, and how I'd also want to be treated at times with my partner will be set by what I've seen out there from other relationships on social media.
Yeah.
I feel like it does because many times, the people in this generation like basing their relationships based off other people's relationships just because of what they saw online. So I think it has a big impact.
Okay, so I'm going to read out the supporting context and then I'll read out the motion. Then on the count of 3, you'll write propose, oppose, and then reveal, okay? So the debate centers on whether the impact of social media on romantic relationships is more harmful than beneficial. So proposers argue that social media can erode privacy, it can breed, comparative insecurities, it can encourage addiction, facilitate digital infidelity, and expose personal relationships to cyberbullying and public shaming. And they contend that these effects can undermine the values of trust and intimacy. The opposers, on the other hand, maintain that with social media, we enhance communication, we build support networks, we preserve memories, especially for those who are in relationships, foster transparency and accountability, and it can be a force for good when used responsibly. And they emphasize that the potential harms are often the result of misuse, and that with a balanced approach, couples can actually enjoy the benefits without compromising on the quality of their relationship. Presenting the motion. The impact of social media on romantic relationships causes more harm than good. So you either oppose or propose. With what we've said and what we've read, do you feel like the impact is causing more harm than good? So you write propose or oppose. Are we ready? Okay, on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Oppose, propose, propose, oppose. So we are balanced. We have proposers and opposers. Who wants to start?
Let the opposer start.
Okay, opposers. So this means you're opposing that it's causing more harm than good. Who wants to start?
Me, I'll start.
Okay.
It all comes down to the couple. If you know exactly what you're putting out there and back at home, you know things are good with you guys, I don't think you can be affected that much with what people say to you guys. Okay, yes, it will affect you, but you can control it. I feel it can be controlled. So it comes down to the couple.
Okay. So let me ask you, in your couple, are you guys posting actively on social media? I'm fine. She said scratch what I said. And is that a personal choice?
Yeah, it's a personal choice. Yeah.
Okay. We respect it. Hiya, another opposer, let's hear from you.
If social media affects your relationship that much, you guys
Mko pabaya.
Because tell me why changes on the internet should affect how the two of you relate and what you've built. And just like my fellow opposer has said, it all comes down to the two of you, the relationship you've built. Plus, honestly, I would love my relationship to be out, like
exactly.
We post where my
show them. Na mkiachana pia mtu maintain the same energy. Let's hear from our proposers.
I think it's more harmful. It's causing more harm than good, because okay, the fact that yes, you build the whole relationship, it's both of you, but then there's when you put it out there, there's a standard that you should maintain, you as the couple, how you're starting, and now it brings all this unnecessary pressure that now there is another couple friend of ours who is on social media, they did all this, and now we have to do that so that we can be like them and to also maintain the standard. And you're putting probably and most likely it's not like an agreed day. I'd say most likely it's like one partner who is like so into social media. So unaniweka in a certain position where I won't meet, and at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel like, okay, this is a personal reason. This is very personal. This is personal, not based on other people's relationships, but I wish we could go back to the days where relationship was just between two people. And relationships being out there doesn't necessarily mean it has to be on the internet.
Okay.
It can be out there, like, friends know you're dating, family knows you're dating, but not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be on the internet to be termed as it's out there. So I just wish that we could go back to the days where relationships was between two people, and I didn't have to listen to strangers' opinions based on how a relationship should be, and they don't know us. So that's why I feel like it has more.
You know what this situation reminds me of, guys? The Jada and Will situation. Because I'm assuming without the role social media has played in their relationship, although from what we see, it's like Will, ako tu sawa. And then it's us to go up and we're writing think pieces in the comment section like, Jada doesn't even love him. So I think at the same time, we have to learn to strike a perfect balance, but I don't know if we'll ever be able to. So
and we don't even know them.
Atuadri personally. Plus, I think it's such a facade. I think of, like, now growing up, I loved Ken and Diera. I was like, if it's not like this, I don't want it. And then Waliachana, I said, you know what? What I can. Okay. So let's move to the next debate. We want to talk about, still on social media, perception versus social currency, or perception versus people's reality, okay? Do you feel like social media reflects our true influence, impact, and reality? In your own personal opinion, in general? Ama we are just faking it, all of us? Who wants to start?
It's
not possible.
It's not possible because we don't post everything in our life.
But there are people who post everything. How do you guys feel about when people, pick up the camera and start crying, and then, they go and edit and then they go and post? She said, really cringe.
Yeah, but as he said, like, you can't put everything out there. Like, there's no way that when now I put my happy times, I don't have sad times.
Yeah.
Just as the whole thing of social media influencing people. Like, oh, see this thing, people are happy, but then like in relationships, people are happy, look at them, let's emulate them, but then these people don't show you the ugly side, which is life, and life has the happy times and the sad times. It's balance.
Okay.
But I think if we see the ugly side of things, you know, it's not interesting at all. Plus we are human beings. We love being happy. No one loves being sad anyway. So sometimes the ugly side is not all that. So it's better not being shown. Yeah, I think it's better if just people post the happy moments, because the sad moments are cringe sometimes. No one likes that. So but huwezi judge mtu juu ya kitu ana post. You know, if someone is comfortable doing it, it's their own perception of, you know, what they can share to other people. It's allowed.
Okay.
I think we should not stick to that contrast of people showing both sides, the sad times and the good times, because we get to learn from her bad times that she's posted. I will get to learn that I should not do this so that I don't get in her scenario. From her good side that she's posted, I get to learn also that, okay, there are times in life where this person might have been down, but then she's having a happy season and she's grateful and she's living in the moment. Plus, I usually feel like at times life is too short. Those memories that you feel like at times they're, I don't want to show people, this is clean. You've just like shown your vulnerable self. And if you start posting your vulnerable side, just go with it. Kama ulishazoea, nitawaonyesha nikicheka, you also have to show them when you're crying, because life is never smooth. It has the ups and the downs.
All right. So now the debate centers on whether an individual's online persona accurately reflects their true influence, impact, and reality. Now, proposers argue that social media often distorts this perception due to things like filter bubbles, vanity metrics when it comes to, you know, numbers, inauthenticity, and the influence of cancel culture on public perception. Opposers maintain that many online personas authentically represent an individual's reality, social responsibility, advocacy, and the flexibility to adapt. Now, the debate highlights the complexities of the digital age and the nuanced relationship between perception and reality. Presenting our motion, the perception versus reality of social currency. Does an individual, so now you're going to say it does or it does not. Does an individual's online persona accurately reflect their reality, influence, and impact? So you can say it does or it doesn't. Do you think it accurately reflects someone's reality, influence, and impact? Are we ready? Okay, on the count of 3, 2, 1, reveal. So it doesn't, 50-50, it doesn't. You're giving watermelon.
Okay. So I feel like it does and it doesn't at the same time. Because we can't show both extremes at the same time. You know, so have you ever met someone like on social media and you meet them in person and I thought you were this, or I thought you were that, you know, so I feel like we can't successfully show one side entirely and not show the other. You know, so they're both like, there are two sides to Stephanie, for example.
That's for sure.
There are times where you post, you know, when you're angry. There are times when you post when you're happy. But you can be, for example, in a day like today, there are times where you've been stressed. There are times where you've been happy. But I'm sure you just post, hey guys, today. No, so I can't say you can successfully like show both sides at the same time. So that's something. It's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
I actually said it does because, of course, there's an impact it will make to you. Because, you know, you can't show everything, You might be going through something and you have like maybe brand deals, you have to, you know, fake it for it. But then in real life, in real life maybe you're going through it, unakapitia but juu hujazoea kupost vitu kaa hizo. you know, you just can't. You have to fake it online, but then in real life, you're actually going through things. And maybe sometimes I didn't lead to depression. You wouldn't know. So that's why I said it does.
Wait, come again.
Oh, the motion again? Okay. So we're debating whether an individual's online persona, so you can reference yourself or the people around you, accurately reflect your true reality, influence, and impact.
Oh, it doesn't.
Okay.
Because most people, okay, I wouldn't say most people, people I'm around who create content, sometimes they're just like, today I just want to be this. Like, I just want to be in PJs and dressed, but then I have to be this way because this is how now my brand sees me as. And also the whole thing of how people say, the way I see you in social media and doesn't reflect in real life. Like, I expected you to be this because on social media, like this and this. So it doesn't really reflect.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't. I'd use myself as an example. As a content creator, definitely, there are days when I'm just like, sitaki.
Yeah.
But then I have to show up every time. I meet someone in person and like, when someone sees me or they look at my page, they think like, hey, this girl, she has her shit together, she's doing well.
Yeah.
Like, she's always outside, she likes being out. But in real sense, at times I just want to sleep. I just want to stay in bed.
That was me today morning.
As much as you post that side, you don't feel like there's some truth to it. In as much as you post the happy side, and you don't feel like there's some truth to that happy side.
If I'm sad, I also post the sad side. If I'm crying, I will.
Yeah, so it's a 50-50.
I think it's more of a 50-50.
Hey, it's such a genealogy story. Yeah. So I want us to talk about there's a statement that was saying what proposers argue, the influence of cancel culture on public perception, because sometimes you know how we have this debate of separating the art from the artist. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. So we can think of people who, let's say, have been quote-unquote cancelled. Someone like R. Kelly. Who else do I think has been cancelled before? Okay, we can go off with that. Are you guys able to, separate the art from the artist? Is it something that is feasible? And ideally, do you feel like sometimes we are so quick to cancel people, not give them that, second chance or grace? Just your thoughts on cancel culture.
Yeah.
Let me start, Basim. I feel like at the moment you decide to become have an internet personality, you need to get ready of like the muddy waters. So I feel like it's something that we can never take it to a zero. It's something that will always be there. So anytime you decide to like become an internet, like just be ready.
Yeah.
I can't say it's wrong or right because there's some people who deserve to be cancelled.
Yeah.
The people who
then you gotta go.
Yeah. So you can't say whether it's right or wrong. The people who've gotten it a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But the moment you decide to go on the internet, to just get ready.
Okay. Thoughts, cancel culture?
I think it's also hard. You can never separate. It's hard to separate the art from the artist. Because once you get into that field, you are that field. When someone sees you, you represent that brand. It's like removing
Stephanie from
it's
you don't work here though.
It's very hard. So if you are going to mess up along the way, you'll just have to either own it fully or deny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like the art, when you see the artist, you see the art.
You see the art.
Yeah, there's no way you can separate the two. Like I just can't see the artist without seeing the art. I see the art first and then now the artist behind the art. So you can't separate both. So I said, but there are people who just needs to be cancelled for what they do. And when you do, when you get into the industry, you're getting in fully and you just have to own up.
Yeah.
Just
Kinda. Anyways, let's move on to our last debate. How do you guys feel about Gen Zs in general? And the rep that Gen Zs get on the internet, especially. We are smiling. We are smiling. What are we thinking?
I love Gen Z.
You love Gen Z?
I'm a Gen Z. Proud one. I love Gen Zs because one, with us, I may own it. With us Gen Zs, we know our space.
Yeah.
We take up that space accordingly.
Yeah.
We express ourselves. And that is something...
That's how you know she's a Gen Z. Can you hear her expressing herself?
And we do not just sit in situations or circumstances just because maybe life has put us in that box. We do not live in the box.
Yeah.
You will never put us in a box. Yeah.
That's a proud Gen Z there.
Gen Zs are out there. Not like the previous generations. Mali watu walikuwa contained. You have to... Yani, you just don't have to express yourselves. But Gen Zs are expressing themselves, you know, all that. But then, to some extent, pia inakuwa too much.
Oh, okay.
Like the... Okay.
Go easy. Calm down.
In the TikTok culture, you know, sometimes they overdo it. Sometimes, in my opinion, I feel like inaweza kuwa too much. But not in a bad way.
She's there like, I'm waiting for you to finish.
Anyway, either way, but I'd say Gen Z wako better than ata millennials somehow. Yeah, because they are taking up space, as you said.
Same. Gen Zs are way more expressive than other generations in their opinions. They don't let the society define who they are. Like, I won't go as per the societal norms just because you think I should be a certain way. And hence, the whole thing even about the pronouns and all, it's not like the gender fluidity, not like as per the society, like I should be like this, but no, I feel I should be like this. And also even we see it at work, like most Gen Zs, like you won't just do this to me and I'll just shut up. I'll come there and I'll call you out if I need to. So I think they are just expressive, and it's a good thing, actually.
All right.
So the question is whether I like them or not.
Just your opinion. Okay, you clearly don't. Trigger warning.
I can't say whether I like them or not, but I love the influence they have.
Okay.
Because if like you take a good look at it, look at millennials, they're starting to like incorporate a bit of Gen Zs. You know, so I love how, as she said, expressive they are and how like they make decisions. It's not based on nani. Like it's like what do I want? You know? And I feel like we need to incorporate a lot of that in our lives because I mean, how many times have you ever heard even your parents, nataka kusome kwa sababu sitaki kuibisha, you know? I feel like I love how expressive and open they are.
Taking up.
But you guys don't feel like sometimes wanaweza kuwa too much?
Yeah, they can.
But what's too much? Too much.
Okay, there's nothing like too much, yes, but umaiko in a room that is just full of Gen Zs and their energy is uko juu.
Because they take up space, like literally they're owning it.
Too much, meaning you're feeling like
No, that's just the way to find it.
Okay. So I want us to focus, I just wanted to get your thoughts on, how you feel about the Gen Z and to focus it when it comes to commitment in relationships. Because in the very same breath that they are very expressive and they know what they want, are they standing in their own way and they're like, wait, I'm done with you, bye. I'm gone, I know my worth, see ya, So let's get into the debate. Now, whether Generation Z's focus on self-worth enhances or hinders commitment in relationships revolves around the idea that they prioritize their self-worth and can empower individuals to enter relationships from a position of strength, promote mutual growth and support, foster equality, inclusivity, and the like, which can then lead to healthier and more enduring commitments. Opponents, however, suggest that an excessive emphasis on self-worth may lead to self-centeredness. It may hinder vulnerability and emotional intimacy and promote short-term satisfaction over long-term commitment, and then create pressure to prioritize personal discovery over relationships. Now, the outcome hinges on whether a balance can be struck between achieving personal growth and mutual partnership, whilst fostering commitment and valuing self-worth. Presenting our motion, the value of independence. Does Generation Z's focus on this self-worth, enhance or hinder commitment in relationships? So basically we're asking, because also as this generation, they're very self-aware. They're very self-hyper-focused. Is it hindering commitment in relationships? Where it's like, if it's not working for me, I'm gone. Whereas in the previous generations, they'll stick it out, try and see if it's gonna work. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think their focus on self-worth is enhancing or hindering commitment, long-term commitment in relationships? Are we ready?
What's supposed to be the answer?
Or enhances relationships.
Enhance or
So you can say it enhances or hinders, yeah. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, reveal. 50-50, hinders, enhances. Okay, so we have definitely two opposites. You're on the middle, you're opposite.
Please don't ask me to start.
Okay, who wants to start?
50-50.
50-50.
Top answer. I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
It's,
So it enhances and hinders.
yeah.
Okay.
It hinders long-term commitment because we are more self-aware. Like when I get into it, I know this and this and this and this. I want it, and if you're not giving me that,
You gotta go. Out. Yeah.
And then it enhances because but more and beyond more it hinders actually long-term commitment because like they're self-aware, they know whatever they want. Like it's not more now that we have to compromise on something that I feel like in any compressed in there, and they just take the leave and go.
Especially when they say self-worth may lead to self-centeredness because we are thinking about our own individual selves. But anyways, let me hear your thoughts. So you say it enhances.
I say it enhances because, sometimes we think we know everything and we think being independent is the key to living and leading a perfect life. But sometimes dependency is good. And not even sometimes, most times dependency is good, especially when it comes to matters relationship and even selfness. You kind of want to depend on others in order to be self, to know your self-worth. You need to know what you don't want so that you know what you want. So somehow not somehow, in my opinion, it enhances. Yeah.
Okay. This is team hindrance.
It honestly hinders, and I would tell you from experience, most Gen Zs would like to go the part of relationships where it's how would you say, convenience. It's a relationship of convenience. You give me this, I give you this.
It's transactional.
It's transactional. It's that hiyo kitu ya sijui long term. Can you, like, how many times you've met someone, mtu mess up just once, I'm done, I'm leaving.
Deuces.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Like, hawana hiyo patience. Hakuna hiyo patience, yeah. This is a person, ako human, they're bound to make mistakes. Yes, kuna mistakes that are forgivable na kuna zenye mtu anaweza, but zingine mtu hawezi. But for Gen Zs, makosa ni makosa. Hata talking stage inaisha leo. Ilianza jana inaisha.
I've just arrived, yeah. Okay.
Tell you something about relationships. But anyway, so the other time I was hearing Michelle Obama say that in her marriage with
Barack,
there are times where she felt like she was giving 70% and Barack was doing 30%. There are times where it was 50-50, there are times where it was 60-40. And talking about long-term relationships, the only problem I have with, I don't know if it's a problem or it's a good thing, we are so self-centered where we only care about ourselves. And to some extent that can be a bit selfish. I don't know if that's the right word to use. And one thing about relationships, like this is what I realized, it's not just about you. You can say, mimi kwa sababu sitaki sami I'm gone. Like, it's like long-term relationship, it's not about that. No, you give me your part and I give you mine. So if you're talking about long-term relationships, I feel like it kind of hinders because you are too much self-centered, and sometimes you're finding it hard to like also try and find like a level feel with like the other partner. And so I can't really say whether it's a good thing or not, being selfish and knowing your self-worth and knowing things you can stand or can't stand. But when it comes to long-term relationship, this is what I always say. The moment you're like in a long-term relationship, you realize that love is not just a feeling. You know, love is also. Hey, I'm saying you realize that love is not just a feeling; it's also a choice. You know, you decide to like love this person regardless of the flaws.
Yeah.
You know, the good times and the. But the problem with now Gen Z is anytime they hit a slight inconvenience, I'm
done.
packing.
Yeah.
So that is, you know, so
party.
long term, when you talk about long-term relationship, it kind of hinders. And that's why you find it's better to like get advice from like older guys. Guys who've been together for like 70 years. You know, those type of relationships. In this type of generation, I'm so curious to see how many relationships will hit those numbers.
But then, okay, speaking from like probably the older generations, if probably a guy, your partner cheats on you, probably the old generation will be like, just stick, the guy will change. But then, there's that notion of once a cheater, always a cheater. And once I forgive you for cheating, you'll probably do that because you'll perceive me as naive and she'll just forgive you even the next time. So I feel even if they have to seek like advice from the older generations, not all to take in. You have to filter whatever you have to take in and what not to take in. Because most relationships, it's all about compromise. Because the whole selfish thing, it's all about compromise. There's a day where you're sad, you're in the pits, and that day I have to give you 70 and it's okay, you'll give me 30. Yeah. That's how it should be. Tomorrow I'll need 80. And you'll need 20. It's all about compromise. And as it is right now, very long term.
How do you guys feel about the dating pool in Nairobi? Now that we are in Nairobi.
It's nasty.
How is your heart?
Tell us.
But honestly, people should just tread carefully. Inaweza kuwa people have made the notion that Nairobi is bad, everyone is lakini just tread carefully, honestly. Juu venye amesema love is more than a feeling. Nairobi Nairobi hata si mambo na feelings ama nini. Ni kunasti kabisa.
Ni kungori.
Kabisa.
Okay, all right. That's very interesting. You know, what I do pick from Gen Zs is because of this, you know, like hyper, you know, self-worth and self-care, etc. They are more likely to prioritize the quality of a relationship versus the quantity, like the longevity. You know how this time, like Kitambo people, it would be a flex. It still is a flex and a blessing, really, to be, you know, betrothed or married to someone for 30-something, 40-something, even 50, till death, literally do you part. But, you know, sometimes when we have like a keen lens into these marriages, a lot of the times you realize either someone was not even making there's someone who was sacrificing. And so maybe with Gen Zs, they are expressing themselves and saying that is not particularly their cup of tea. So are we to what is the word? Romanticize the longevity or, you know, quantity or the quality? Because you could have stayed with someone for 30 years and Masaibu too, for the 30 years, and you could have stayed with someone for the 5 years, and within that time it was bliss. Quality
over quantity, definitely.
What does Dr. Love say? I'm curious. Yes, you're talking about longevity, quantity, quality.
So
yeah. Dr. Love was speaking.
And I was saying, I feel like the good relationships are not built, like they're built over time.
Okay.
You know, finding, you know, this is what my uncle was telling me. So this is how my job.
Uncle has joined
this is what my uncle was telling me about marriage. So when you get married, you know, it's all vibes and like, you know, that, it's all vibes. You are happy. You know, she's like, that like there's usually this trajectory the moment you get married. Like it's all, you guys are happy, but then it gets to a point where the curves are going down. So this is why like you guys are fighting, you're trying to like understand each other, fit in each other's shoes, etc. So now this is what this is like the make or break. So there are marriages that go down and end, but now there are those that now find that
like plateau.
Yeah. So you guys have like gone through all the fights, all the hurdles, how you've gotten to like understand each other, be in each other's space, etc. So and that takes time.
Yeah.
But if the problem with like dating these days, people are always chasing, the butterflies. The moment.
I know the butterflies.
People are chasing the butterflies. You want to always feel happy, always feel loved. The guy is always gifting you, but the moment you guys start arguing and you start questioning the relationship, start questioning the quality. But what do you mean? What do you mean by quality? I feel like quality is built over time. That's just.
I'm a quality and quantity. Hey, Dr. Lam.
And actually, most people nowadays, they don't want to stick through the bad times. Yeah. Well, actually, there's actually a good thing that could come out of the bad times. As in, people just like, and then probably most of the times it's set by social media. Like I see this on TikTok and I know a relationship should be like this. We should be
not
traveling.
A rock on my hand.
Exactly. We should be traveling. We should be doing this.
Flowers every day.
Exactly.
And flowers every day.
Bare minimum. That's it.
Like that's how it should be. You should be picking me up. You should be paying for all the dates, but it's not how it should be.
Yeah.
Sometimes you should also reciprocate the whole thing and do that to the
You'll
other
be safe
partner,
though. Not me though. Say.
The way you've said, like both of you have stuck on the good times and the bad times, but then like it goes down to preferences. I believe. You see, the same way girls, guys have preferences. When I'm dating, this is what I'm able to sustain or go through in a relationship. It also goes back down to our upbringing, your family, what you've seen in the marriage side of your home, your family. That is what is going to determine at times what a partner is willing to go through. I feel like at times we should stop judging people who do not want to go through the hard times, because some of them have seen hard times in their families.
They don't want a harder one.
And they've been understanding children. They've seen their parents maybe fight, split, and they've not healed through that. And now again, they've come to a relationship. They've never told you this is what has gone on. And you also as a partner have never found out that why is Nani like this and this and this? But when you go down to the root of the problem, it started at home. Yeah.
To try to be controversial about that. But some people, I know people will bash me, but some people...
Tema, say it with your chest.
Some people, yes, you go through all that, but okay, actually, there are people who are not like much affected by it, but they use it to justify who they are now becoming. Nilikuwa naangalia like the whole thing probably about daddy issues. Like probably whatever my dad was doing to my mom back then, I tried to use it like, oh, now he's like this. But actually looking at it, he's actually a very good dad. And I actually saw a trend on TikTok about, I don't know if you've seen it, if you don't buy me makeup, my dad will. Blah, 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 my dad will. And that's when I actually realized you're trying to justify what he was doing and now bringing it. Like, I attract all these kind of guys because my dad was like this, because it's a trauma, but it's actually not. I'm just trying to justify who I'm just
But
with
what of those who are not justifying? What of those who like it's
but
actually...
now, that's why he say you just can't know. Now that's why it's a whole process. A relationship, it's like a process where, and there are actually people who could be married like 30 years, and that's why even on the love letters, Stephanie asked, was there a thing that's
surprised
exactly
you?
because it's a learning
and that's a shameless
thing.
plug. Thank you.
It's it's a learning thing that's I know you each and every day. Each and every day I learn a new thing about you. And so you saying it's about your trauma. Now I'm learning you, and so that's where you should be like, so you went through this, how should I handle you more? Should I not say this because it triggers you from your childhood, blah, blah, blah. Do you think we should go into therapy for you to, like, it's a phase, and now if your partner is willing to be with you through the journey and walk you through the whole phase, knowing each other, now that's quality.
Kidogo love letter.
Just to add on what she has said, most people use trauma to just excuse themselves from not falling in love, but deep down labda hata wao wanataka experience the good love because they didn't. But because you're, you know, I don't know anybody specific. But then because you already umesha shut mind yako, umejiambia there's no way that I can experience a good thing in love, because if my parents didn't, obviously me I won't. So, you know, trauma should not be an excuse. Of course, maybe inaweza kuwa the reason why you don't want to, but I don't feel like it should hinder you from falling in love. Unaweza open up.
Actually, the trauma is just a wall people put up for security, safeguarding their emotions. But deep down, all of them want to fall in love. All of them want love, but trauma is used as it's like a cushion. It protects them from, it keeps everyone away. So they're like, I better protect myself. Let me use this trauma. They've built walls with it, walls. So you meet someone, akona ukuta ingine hapo ni refu kushinda hata building uko
like that lady who built the wall over her nini, her what is it called? It was like an apartment, and then on top of her house then she built a wall. Now that's y'all's trauma.
Let me ask something. I don't know if you guys have noticed this trend, or it's just me, but I mean, counseling there's one thing I've like noticed with women these days.
Tread lightly.
Yeah. So not
you don't go one feet.
The ones like, okay, the ones I've interacted with. Maybe I'm the one who's interacting with, but why is it that when you talk to, like, when, let's say for example we met and we're talking, it's always about what a guy can do for you. You know, I need a guy who can do this for me, a guy who can buy me, a guy who can do, like, and it's not about I need someone who we can do this together.
But even guys are usually like that. I need a woman who's
that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, why is it that these days it's all about what you can receive rather than what you guys can share?
Kuchanuka na preference. Nono vile na prefer maybe mtu mwenye your preference ni body type or height or something. Kuna watu, for them in relationships, they've said, I will narrow down my preferences to, it's either what you can do for me, ama tuachane nayo kabisa. Yeah. Like kuna watu wako hivo. They said, for me it narrows down to, I prefer what you can do for me, your monetary gain, or kama si hiyo, sitaki.
Yeah. But then we are now that station because that's, most people are viewing it like that, and it should be a partnership where, because I can get money on my own, I can do the dishes on my own, I can do my own laundry, but it's a partnership where you come, now you help me do this and I help you do this, like we are in this together.
But pia past experiences, you know, in your past relationship, in your past relationships, if you've experienced a guy who's not been buying you flowers, of course call it quits, useme from now on I just want to be dating guys who want to be buying me flowers. Somehow ni ku raise standards.
Choose better.
Maybe before mtu ametreatiwa vibaya. But necessary, haifai kuwa ati all about me. Pia wewe maybe unaweza kuwa na standards zako, you know what you want. So we can come together and discuss, you know, we can both bring each other into giving each other love like this.
Okay, all right, sawa. So as we close off, you're obviously going to tell us, you know, where we can follow you on socials, if there's a business to be supported, etc. And then now we do the outro. So you'll say it to your respective close-ups.
Sorry.
You can start here.
You can follow me on Jerry_JR, but right now it's a bit,
you can follow me on Instagram, Ashley_Otieno. I am a content creator. If you're a business looking to collaborate and work together,
holla at your girl.
All my socials are my name, Jackie Moragwa. And also for the business part, we have a business number. We've still not grown out of WhatsApp yet, but I can maybe leave the business number. Yeah.
Okay. What is the business?
It's a farming business. So we produce farm products, mainly food, vegetables,
Okay.
and honey.
And honey. All right. So.
On all my socials, it's Vicky_Macharia. And if you're looking to adopt a big baby, let me know.
A gently used baby.
Gently used.
Yeah, slightly used baby girl. She's ready. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Debate Club. We hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, make sure you like this video, leave a comment down below, and join our amazing SNS family. That's it from us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.